Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Army opens up on why over 200 soldiers withdrew from the Nigerian military. Army opens up on why over 200 soldiers withdrew from the Nigerian military. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please do drop by as I read today's news. The Nigerian Army has broken its silence on the recruitment, on the retirement of some soldiers. An online platform had reported that 237 soldiers withdrew from the army due to corruption, low morale, among other factors. The report stated that none of the 234 soldiers had reached the mandatory retirement stage. Responding in a statement, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, Army spokesman, said voluntary retirement is a routine exercise in the Army. He said, it is within the right of soldiers to withdraw from service when they deem it fit and if such request meets certain conditions. The allegation that soldiers of the Nigerian Army, NA, are proceeding on voluntary retirement due to alleged corruption, poor service conditions, and our morale, as recently reported by some media outfits in the social media, is nothing but a concoction of the imagination of the unrepentant enemies of the nation and mischief makers and should be outrightly discountenanced by the public. The subjective and unethical report is a distraction and another failed attempt at dampening the morale and fighting will of the loyal, dedicated and patriotic fighting force of the NA. Perhaps these impenitent mischief makers need to be schooled to understand that the NA is not a conscript army and that recruitment into the NA is voluntary with extant policy on discharge and retirement of soldiers and officers respectively, like other organizations. This provides its personnel the opportunity to apply for voluntary discharge when they deem fit and meet the terms and conditions as stipulated in the harmonized terms and conditions of service. Soldiers ratings Yemen revised 2017. It is thus the inalienable right of a personnel to voluntarily or on medical grounds apply for discharge. If they meet the terms, it is therefore not an aberration that the COAS granted approval for 91 NA, 32, 4792, WO Undagana Ishiaku, and 242 others to voluntarily discharge from the NA has been unprofessionally manipulated by some media. It must also be mentioned that the quantum of equipment that have been injected into the theaters and prompt payment of operational allowances have all turned the tide against the insurgent. Also worthy of note is the welfare flight for troops, which has significantly reduced the burden of troops traveling in and out of the theaters, in addition to huge commitment on the medical needs of wounded in action, soldiers, and the barracks communities. Equally important, is the fact that troops are now being regularly and consciously rotated from the front line. Hence, issues of overstay and battle fatigue are gradually being overcome. Suffice to say that some of these recently discharged soldiers are beneficiaries of these giant strides. The COAS once again congratulates the discharging personnel for their gallantry, patriotism, loyalty and courage while in service, and wishes them the very best as they successfully exit active service from the NA. He also reiterates his avowed determination to continue to have direct impact on the welfare and well-being of both serving and retired personnel. He is also assuring the retirees that soon their various commanders would organize a farewell luncheon in their honor, as it is the practice in the NA since General Yahaya took over command. The Nigerian army has broken its silence on the retirement of some soldiers. An online platform had reported that 234 soldiers withdrew from the army due to corruption, low morale, among other factors. The report stated that none of the 234 soldiers had reached the mandatory retirement stage. Responding in a statement, Brigadier General Onyema Onwachukwu, Army spokesman, said voluntary retirement is a routine exercise in the Army. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let us know what